Okay.
All right. Welcome to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board meeting of June 16th. We're going to call to order at 7:03 p.m. So first up, we are going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Do you have a flag up, Rob? Or I can...
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty
and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Moving along, we have our roll call. I see we've got myself, we've got Lynn, we've got Jenny. Chris is not here yet, should be joining us soon. And we are also waiting on our McKenna representative. But if no one has any objections, we will keep moving along. All right. So our first item here, approval of the minutes from our first virtual meeting from May 19th. I will bring those up here. Oh, Rob, can you turn on my sharing?
Try that. Okay.
Got it.
There we go.
A little bit more here. Someone stop me if I'm scrolling too fast. All right, everybody through that?
Yep.
Anybody want to make a motion here?
I vote to approve the minutes from May 19th.
I guess I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. So moving right along. Any general announcements and communication?
Oh, agenda.
Oh, yes, sorry, thank you. That would be important. I move to approve the agenda as submitted.
Support.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda approved. Now announcements and communication. Okay. Presentations, we were going to have Nicole from Republic. Since she is not connected, we will move along from that and come back if she's able to join us. Call to the public. Rob, do we have anybody?
No members of the public.
Okay. And I just checked our public comment form and there have been no new submissions. What I will raise, I guess, at this point is that I was made aware of a post in one of the Facebook groups with a person who posted, my son, daughter, and her friend went to Atchison Park, the dump, to play golfing, frisbee golf, and came home with lots of ticks, just letting you know. Then there was a whole little thread where half the things were commenting about the unique phraseology of frolfing being frisbee golfing, which amused me. And some comments about people noting how ticks are high everywhere and in the area this year, and some comments that people have had issues with ticks up there in the past. I commented back on that thread with the details of this meeting, inviting people to join or submit the comment form, but I got one reply saying the person was unavailable, so I'm not going to share their name since they didn't technically submit the comment, but I thought I would bring that up just so we're aware, and hopefully if Nicole does join us, we can maybe talk about if there's anything that we can do about that and whether that falls into their responsibility or the township's responsibility and how we can make that happen. I know there's some treatment options as well as just keeping up with the mowing. All right. Moving along to item 9. Sorry, do you guys want me to put up an agenda copy or do you have it too?
I have it in front of me, so it's up to Lynn if she would like to have it.
I can pull it up.
Okay, I'm just going to keep going then, and then when we have supplemental information, I can bring that up. So the item sent to the admin team, I do actually have an update on the website. I was able to work with Catherine to get that updated, at least our particular board page. So I'll pull that up real quick. Is that the right screen? All right, so I just had her shuffle around. We put Lynn in Heather's place and removed the extra seats, and the master plan link now goes to the 2019 copy instead of the 2014 copy. So I thought that was all we had talked about for this page specifically. Did I forget anything? All right, great. So I believe Chris was going to look at some suggested changes to the more general parks section, but since he is not here, we will skip that for now. But for our future reference, Catherine can make some of those changes for us. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah. The park survey, while we did push it to go to the board, we missed the cutoff for their June meeting with all of the backlog of things from them not meeting for 2 or 3 months, I think it was. So we do have that on the July agenda, so it will be going there. I mentioned it during the report at the June meeting and have not gotten any comments back from anyone on it one way or another. All right, so 10A, 11 Mile Milford Road Park. I did I sent an email to Leslie and got an update on that, that I guess Eagle kept requesting additional information, and the decision was made to just pull the permit application for now. And so if that project is revived, we'll just be starting a new permit process for it. She did offer to set up a call if we had any further particular questions on how that decision was made or any of the details. So if anyone's interested, let me know and we can arrange that. The other item from my email with Leslie, which I should have mentioned in the items that were sent to the board, but that was just on at our last meeting, we had talked about the pathway connection from the Watermark apartment development into the park. At the township board meeting, that was effectively, that doesn't seem like it's going to happen at this point. Republic had an issue with the pathway crossing what they consider one of their active service drives that it would have to do from they have a little path, a little drive that goes along the fence line there. There were a couple other issues too with where they had it actually connecting on their map, that it would be inside of one of their service areas with the burn off equipment. But the current plan, I guess, was to possibly look at some easement being written in to allow for a future connection if at some point in the future that was okay with Republic, once they cease operations, I guess. But for the time being, we are not going to have a connection there, it sounds like. Any questions on either of those? Nope. All right.
No, that's a bummer.
Yep. It is, but they do have, as far as walking goes, there is a complete section of sidewalk between that development and the main entrance of the park. So we can still probably see some increased traffic once that gets in there. It's just not as direct as it would have been nice to possibly be. And they did also, on the pathway note there, they are requiring that there's going to be a pathway on the south side of the ring road through that section as well. So it'll be along both sides, where currently there's just a random section in front of Taco Bell, I think, and everybody else is empty, but that'll be completed as part of the dealership as currently proposed. Our next item here, 10B, the disc golf course payment box. I had gone up on the hill to take a look around, and I was surprised when I couldn't find the box to see what condition it was in. I did hear back though from John Bell, and they ended up removing the box for now because it was essentially just broken open, and it's currently sitting in the office, and it's one of the things on Tina's list to look at. I guess they had a fabrication shop in the area that they were going to attempt to work with to have it repaired or beefed up, I guess, however we want to phrase it. But due to the shutdown of everything, that hasn't moved anywhere. So I guess we'll hopefully get another update in a month here. At this point, I don't know. I believe we have like a posted fee of $2 for a disc golf course play. The last several years, I know the revenue has been pretty low. I guess I'm not sure how we feel about how necessary that is. You know, like, how big of a priority should this be? And depending upon the costs of replacing the box, do we even expect enough revenue to offset that?
Well, you said they're looking to repair the existing box?
Yeah, it was a one-line email response, and I didn't get back to them again yet. But
I mean, I guess if they can repair it at some point and put it back up there, and if we get a couple bucks, then we get a couple of bucks.
Mhm.
I mean, just in general, I think that's a hard thing to keep an eye on just because of where it's located to begin with. And just, it's based on the honor system anyway.
Yep.
So if we get a few dollars out of it, great. If we don't, then I guess, that's just kind of the risk of having it and having it in the location that it's at.
True. All right, so we'll I guess we'll see what Tina's able to do on that. 10C capital improvement plan. Nobody from McKenna's here, so I don't know for certain, but I'm going to assume that there still hasn't been any movement from the other departments on that. 10D, the park website. Like I said, I already touched on the updates that I had Catherine make to our page and the surrounding things. This was an item Chris was going to bring back, and he is not with us. So, unless anybody had any thoughts that came to them or they want to touch on this, we'll move along from that for now. Okay. All right. So the survey, like I said, it is on the July agenda. I was sitting and looking at how we actually want to distribute it, because I know we hammered out pretty well last time the actual content and questions and structure of it all. My thought was just to do like a Google Forms kind of a thing, and I was going to ask McKenna if they had any systems that they have used with other municipalities, or if we had any reason to prefer something else. But I was just hoping to get that flushed out to be able to have all of the answers for the board in case they were looking at questions of if there would be any costs associated with running the survey. And yeah, I guess, did anyone want to readdress or review any of the questions or layout?
Nope. I think we covered it pretty thoroughly the last meeting.
Agreed. All right. Well, that actually brings us to the end of our agenda. Let me check my phone here for a second and see if I've got anything back from. Oh, here's a Brian.
Hi guys.
Hi, Brian.
Hey,
Sorry
Brian.
for the miscommunication on our end.
It's okay. Let's see, what did we have for you? I am gonna assume that nothing's moved on the capital improvement plan during our COVID time here.
It has not. No, we Leslie is working on her portions in terms of the sewer updates, water updates, things like that. We're working on the planning and the fire department, and we have your comments. Chris has been working through those, and we can send out a draft of where we're at when we get closer to putting it all and compiling everything. but yeah, it's one of those things that have taken the back burner to some of the development reviews and things like that.
All right. Did you have any other updates on any other areas? We pretty much actually just finished running through everything.
Okay.
I guess if you didn't have anything in particular, did you get a chance to look at the survey, and did you have any comments or concerns? Or
I've looked at it. I think it looks good. And then you've got it on the board agenda in a couple weeks, right? So we'll get their sign off on it. But the questions are ones that I know Chris originated from other surveys that we've done relating to Parks and Rec. And he was picking and choosing some of the ones that got good responses, or at least quality responses, which is what we're after here, right? So I'm comfortable with them. I didn't have any additions or think there were any gaps or holes.
Okay. What about delivery method? I was thinking of just like doing it in Google Forms or something, but I didn't know if you guys have used anything different that you found more or less successful.
Yeah, I've used a couple different things. ArcGIS has a product called Survey 123. That's kind of cool. But the one we use most commonly is SurveyMonkey.
Right.
We're happy to put one together. We've got an active subscription, so we can pretty easily drop those into a SurveyMonkey, and then you can either hyperlink or you can embed portions of it into the website. So I know, well, one of the things that I don't know, and I wish I would have been here for, was the website update. So I don't know if there's going to be space on the page or something like that, or are you intending just to hyperlink?
Yeah, so all we did on the website update so far was we just fixed our board page with the correct positions and linking to the updated master plan.
Okay.
We didn't do the whole Parks and Rec content update yet.
Okay.
That was something that Chris Schecker was going to bring back some thoughts on to start us off, and he has some things going on with work right now.
Okay. Well, so, I mean, we can do it however you'd like, but I think the SurveyMonkey would probably be the best option and give us the most flexibility getting a link up. Or if you want to embed it, we can do it either way.
Okay, yeah, either of those. And you said you guys have an active subscription, so we wouldn't be looking at additional costs there, I assume, right?
No, nope.
All right, yeah, no, that was just my main concern, was that if we get to the board and then all of a sudden we find out that it's going to cost us something to run this.
Yeah, no, it won't. And then one of the other things I think the board is probably going to ask about that is, are we doing any publicity for the survey? And I'm assuming that we'd put some links on the front, on the web page, right?
Yeah,
on the home page. But
we were thinking of basically running it for a 1 month time period of being open for responses. So we'd like it to be on the main township page as like either a fixed thing or at least a news entry. Link or embed off of one of our pages, like you said, would be good. The township newsletter, we were going to approach the library about including it in their emails, perhaps.
Sure.
But we had discussed whether we needed to have any paper copies available, and how we would distribute any of that, and wasn't very conclusive one way or the other. We had thought the possibility of making some copies available at the office, but since the office isn't open to
I
the
was going
public.
to say it's a much easier proposition before COVID.
Right.
We should probably put something on the Lyon Township Facebook page too.
But yeah, basically just yeah, electronic publicity, electronic collection is I think where we're sitting.
Okay, well, when we'll assume when the board approves the survey, then we can just drop it in SurveyMonkey, and we'll figure out the best way to post that on your webpage. And I'm assuming on the front page it would just be a link.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay.
All right. Did anybody have anything else for Brian? All right. Well, at this point then, I suppose we should make a motion on Chris's absence. Does anybody want to?
Motion that he's absent.
Well, we the way our bylaws are written, we have the option to excuse an absence or not, and then there's a clause in there about successive unexcused absences. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal either way for one meeting, though typically
We
my
need to make an actual motion about his absence, or just make a note that it's an excused or unexcused?
So, I mean, it has to be noted, obviously, that he wasn't here, but
Right, I mean, the way that I have it listed is excused absence, because he did let you know he's got a work conflict.
Right, yeah, no, I agree that's what it should be. I don't, Brian, do we have to actually have a motion for that, or?
You don't have to, no.
Okay, all right, then I suppose we are good. With that, I guess someone want to make a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the meeting at 7:30 p.m.
I second.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right.
I really apologize for the mix-up on our end. And then next month, we're still waiting to hear from the governor on whether the executive order is going to be extended, allowing Zoom meetings. So it might be an in-person next month.
Okay, well, we'll see that. Yeah, that runs out on the 30th, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll keep everybody informed.
Great. Thank you.
Sounds good. Have a good night, all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Rob.